All right, grand rising, grand arrival, grand return, peace and blessings to the righteous and repentant alike. I am Sophia, Tayac of the AmaruKhan Band of Indians, and this is our Lunar Tree of Life yearly progressions and predictions update. We are excitedly moving into the moon energy. This is a very, very exciting time because this is our second placement in our lunar tree. And it is, like I said, the moon energy. And we are already quite familiar with this energy. It's the Two of Wands. Now, the great thing about this time from 1027 until November the 22nd, we will be in both moon energies on both trees. This is the time of year when this energy syncs up. And I had no idea of this when, of course, we first started with the whole tree thing last year. And I started doing the readings and stuff. And then I was like, well, where does the lunar tree, where is the, where does this lower part of the tree come in? Why was I, why did I get that, but not this part? And so this is new information. So we're definitely going to get it's just comforting that it's energy that we're already familiar with, because the Two of Wands is our outside influence card and our Jezebel card. And that's plans, travel, and new ideas. We're like experts at this energy, honestly, because we literally just came out of it. And we'll be transmuting this with the Two of Swords, which is our intuition card and our initiation card. And that's solutions. That's not solutions, trouble and difficult. Hold on. Solutions, difficulties, and indecisions. I have it written down here. And we'll be doing this through the lens of the second house in Libra. Now, we have a lot of not solutions, indecisions. And this is our initiation card. All right. So we'll be doing this through the lens of the second house in Libra, like I said, which is to prefer to work with others, don't want to care for self. We literally have been in this energy for the last 36 days already, because it was our transmutation of our Fool card that we had with our North Node in the last 36 days. So we're doing this energy again. And we have already done this second house of Libra. Let me see. I think it was in September. Let me look. So yeah, is it? No. Yes, it was in September. So the end of August and September, we were dealing with the second house of Libra in our North Node decan. So this is pretty much a repeat of that. I find this, again, this is comforting because we're already dealing with this energy. We're already familiar with this energy. And also, we kind of like should have it mastered by now. This whole working with others and not wanting to work with self, it is really been coming up. Now, when you put this with our lunar tree, which is the lunar tree, which is the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Coins, via the 12th house in Virgo, which is pay attention to detail while remaining compassionate and sensitive. The energies just go together. And it may seem like it doesn't go together, but I'm telling you, these energies go together because paying attention to detail, being compassionate, working with others, not wanting to care for self, all of this stuff is really laying the foundation for how we're going to advance into the future. So I have been talking about on, like Twitter, especially I've been talking about this with my sister, that, we could really use an all pair, because Yes, you can get a family member to come in and all of that, and that's fine. But if I can hire someone who's not going to um, be so tied into, what they already know about me and my history and all of that, and I can get somebody who's going to look at me and my children with fresh eyes, that is quite helpful. And when you have a bunch of small children like I do and like my sister does, like, you really need someone to help you. And just a simple daycare does not get the job done. Like, if I had an all pair, I would still do daycare. You know what I mean? Like, you would do both. You don't have to just do one or the other. You would have, with a daycare time is when, hey, that person has free time, you have free time, you don't have to worry about it. And then if you got kids in multiple age groups like I do, one child has to be in one place, another child needs another thing, people have to eat dinner and all of this stuff. You need an extra set of hands. And I have heard in foreign countries it's quite normal to have basically, like, somebody come in and help you if you are the quote unquote the master or the mistress of the house. This is the kind of energy that we really have to get into. It's not um it's not common for quote unquote black Americans, because normally we were the ones who were brought in to be these helpers in these people's houses, while our own personal houses weren't taken care of very well. And so now we that has to flip. But in order for it to flip, your mind has to change. Like, there's a reason why people have these extra set of hands around. And it's been, to me, a lot of propaganda convincing people that, oh, no, 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 if you're the real woman of the house, you have to do it by yourself. That's trash. Why would I agree to that thought process at all whatsoever? Like, I have no idea what would be the usefulness of that. And so, in order for us to become the quote unquote head and another group to become the quote unquote tail, you have to do what the head would do. You have to behave like them, which means you need to study or recall the things that you've seen these people doing. So, like I said, my sister and I have been talking about all pairs for like at least 6 months to a year. I actually had hired a nanny or babysitter, some, a few hours a week to see how that would work out. And it didn't work out because my old man did not like her. And instead of telling me he didn't like her, he just refused to open the door for her. And so, like, she couldn't get in the house, and it was just a big giant mess and a waste of time. But I don't think that that would be the case moving forward. You know what I mean? Like, things have changed, and people now realize that nobody's trying to do all this work, but the work does need to get done. So how is that going to happen? I'm busy. I have a lot of stuff to do. The kids are busy. They have to focus on what they need to be working on. And nobody wants to be cooking and cleaning and all this stuff all the time just to no end. Like, that's just not the best use of my energy. And that's another thing. Like, we have to become we have to become aware of what the best use of our energy is. For me, my energy is best used creating things. My energy is not best used cleaning. Like, I do clean, but it's not my favorite thing to do. I think I have way better things I could be doing with my time, which is why most of the time I don't clean a bunch of stuff. I only clean what's necessary. It's like, okay, you can no longer live like this. You have to clean it. That's because I'm using my brain to do other things. And so if I can get somebody who is new, learning these things, so on and so forth, yeah, that would be great. Or something that these people like to do, you know what I mean? Or they want it as an opportunity. I mean, I don't care what the reason is. That's not my problem to worry about why people want to do certain things. All I'm saying is that there's no reason for me to struggle and do this by myself when I could actually get help. And so for me, that's like an au pair. For other people, it might just be getting a housekeeper. It might be, just paying for maid service to come in, just paying for car washes. Like, whatever it is that makes your life easier, those are things you want to be focused on. And because we're familiar with this Two of Swords energy, which is our initiation card and our intuition card, we know that means we have to listen to what our spirit team tells us to do. They're going to guide us to the things that will be the most helpful. It also means that you yourself have to be able to be guided. You know, you can't be fighting back against your spirit team so much that they can't get you to where you need to go. So this is moon energy, and it's funny, we had this mini moon that came in, and this is part of the time when I don't know if I have that information written down in here or not. No, I don't think so. This mini moon is here until sometime at the end of November, if I'm not mistaken. So we have a mini moon coming into the atmospheres with the regular moon, and literally we have double moon energy. Like, that is a lot of emotional energy. That's a lot of feeling your way through the haze, a lot of reflecting back. That's the kind of energy that we're in. This is double moon energy. And every year during this period, well, no, it's not every year, because the lunar tree actually shifts about a week ahead every single year, like, or something. It's not like consistent. So the lunar tree does move around. So they might not overlap like this every single year. Maybe not. We'll have to see as we move forward. But the point of the matter is, now we have these two moons here. Mars is in Cancer, which is the moon energy, and this is our time to really, really tie into this. Again, figure out what you make. You know, the great thing is, we started our ecclesiastical year in September, which means we made our contracts, we got them approved, we already thought about what we wanted our lives to look like. That takes off a tremendous amount of pressure, because there's a lot of people during this time period from 10/27 to what I say 11/22, they're going to be trying to figure out what they want their life to look like. We don't have to worry about that. We already thought about that, because we put that in our contracts. Because in order to have the life that you want, you need money, and you know, it all goes together. So like, oh, that's one less thing I have to actually think about, because I already you know, had this planned out in my mind, what I wanted my life to look like. And that's literally what this is like about. So, and what this is like. And so I'm really like excited for this time period. I feel like it's going to be a lot of positive changes, but I do want to warn people that you're going to have to, again, work with others. Don't want to care for self. Like, and it's not that we can't care for ourselves. That's different. This doesn't say you can't take care of yourself. You absolutely can. But should you? And just consider that. Sit on that. Think about that. Should you be doing all this stuff for yourself? Other people, if you're royalty, if you're the king or the queen, right? What do the king or the queen do? They make decisions, they make choices, and they send whoever out to get it done. They don't always get their hands dirty in the dirt. Most of the time they're doing the hard part, which is coming up with the plan and conceptualizing things and so on and so forth. They're operating out of their strength. And you know what, there is their individual strength that it makes a difference, not just doing routine maintenance to keep things going. That's, I don't understand. I mean, I get it, I guess, but not really. I've never really understood that thought process. So if you want more, you have to be willing to be more. And that's basically what I'm saying with this double moon energy. So of course, if you enjoy this type of content, please join us for our daily transmutation reports. We'll be talking about this energy and integrating it in with the rest of the energies that we have going on. And I will say that this lines up exactly with the astrology that's going to be happening between now, the 27th of October, and the 22nd of November. This totally ties into that energy. I don't know when the full moon in October is. I mean, in November is, but I think it's like the 15th or something like that. So this covers the full moon. This covers the Scorpio new moon, and then the Taurus full moon. And I think there's going to be the full moon is going to be a conjunction between the moon and Uranus. So it covers all of these really, really, big changes that need to be made. So, thank you for joining us for this yearly lunar tree of life yearly progressions update. Peace and blessings to each one of you, and we'll see you in the next video.